Now that's the feeling of pure joy when you sit on your bike. Trust me, guys, I'm not exaggerating, but this feels like a second home to me. And it puts me in open spaces, fresh air, beautiful views, where silence is only broken by the sound of nature. And that's the moment when tranquility of Mother Nature hits you and you get all the answers about life. But wait a minute, who am I? And how motorcycling has offered me an immense amount of solitude. So this is me. I most of the time, since my childhood, always had a part of my heart leading towards these bikes, two-wheelers, motorcycles, or whatever you call it. I stopped being hard on myself by just looking at them on TV, on the roads, and set a timer, a goal, to have them and own them. Definitely after a lot of hard work. Life gave me an opportunity to experience them in real life.
Finally, I'm reaching back on my left. This is a cycle track. Only cycles are allowed here. Whoa. Okay. Hang on.
And now having them makes me feel like a winner. Of course, these are expensive machines and there are a lot of things in life you have to prioritize before you buy them. But since I own one now, I'm riding it, exploring whatever I can in my abilities. Somewhere I feel I can do much more with it. It was my dream to have one and just to go on rides using it. It's not making me feel worth owning one.
1250. Did I say 1150 or 1250? I don't know. 1250.
And that's where I got inspired by these videos over YouTube. They call it motovlogging. And it felt like that kida in me just got a dose of steroid to do something new with this.
ऊपर से देना.
I hopped on my bike. Now the hyperactive, restless kid in me, who had always pushed me beyond my limits, could not wait to start with it. With no time, I started my journey as a solo rider, covering 800 kilometers, Mumbai to Statue of Unity, Gujarat, and back to Mumbai, feeling so overwhelmed and excited in heart, thinking how beautifully God helped me to put everything together and live my dream. Here I start my motorcycle and vlogging, and kept vlogging for 20 kilometers, 40 kilometers, 60, 100, still on and on, 150 kilometers, 180 kilometers, and finally took a first halt at 200 kilometers for a cup of coffee somewhere in Gujarat. With so much of happiness in heart, thinking everything went so well, there came a moment where reality hit me hard. That's where God had some different sort of plans for me. The moment I took off my helmet and I was checking on the footage, I realized no audio was recorded. Yes, 200 kilometers with all preparations and excitement, whatever I spoke, it simply failed. This can be very disheartening. For me, it was. That halt where I was supposed to check on footage and have my Sunday morning coffee just after sunrise simply flattened my mood. And this scene from an iconic movie just popped in my head.
सपने देखो, जरूर देखो, बस उनके पूरे होने की शर्त मत रखो.
Trust me, after that, for some reason, I was in no mood to take my ride ahead. And the reason was as stupid as this. The connector just came off the audio jack, maybe while I was wearing a helmet. The audio was fixed later on, but for some reason I was absolutely demotivated to start it all over again.
So done with coffee and let's go.
I was in middle of my journey. Was unable to decide should I head back home or finish what I started. That halt, which was supposed to be 20 minutes, it took more than an hour. And with time, after sipping 2 or more cups of coffee, I finally decided not to head back home and finish what I started. I thought, how can I let one bad experience spoil my childhood dream of owning a bike and riding it? How can I let it overpower the joy of exploring what I always dreamt about? Did I spend my money for this? No. I spent to ride and the bike has not failed me. And that's where with time the heaviness in my heart faded. Somewhere it was still there, but I just stopped paying attention to it.
The roads, the infrastructure, it's great. Welcome to world's tallest.
And finally I reached. The ride which was supposed to be 6.5 hours, it took 10 hours, but finally he's here. Yes, for the kind of journey I had for him, he deserves that kind of introduction. The place is very well maintained and the structure is great, like super huge. And it has everything. In fact, I haven't seen anything so eye-catchy in India. But 2063 crores for this? I just feel there are a lot of other things to take care of. I finally checked in and thought about leaving next day morning.
Thank you.
And that morning, lots of things changed for me. Riding around ghats of Narmada with no buzzing of vehicles around me, where I was just surrounded with trees.
This is feeling so beautiful. It's like a bliss for a rider. Fresh air. I can actually smell leaves. I don't know what I'm saying, but I can actually smell these trees and all that around me over here.
That moment of riding was far, far joyful, memorable, pleasant than the destination itself. It is rightly said, it is not about the destination, it is about the journey. Trust me, it is all about the journey. The moment you reach your destination, the feeling of missing your journey is way more than the happiness of reaching the destination. And it is somewhere similar in life too. The moment you achieve your goals, the adventure is over. It's finished. Sometimes I think, what if I would have headed back home and not continued with this? I would have never experienced this. Maybe God wanted that. God wanted that audio jack to come off the connector. God wanted still me to finish this, experience this, live it. I think life is just like water. You just have to fit in the bottle, and the shape of bottle is created by God. And to reach at the top, you just have to continue pouring your life in that bottle. If you stop, you quit, you will just struggle. The rule is, just continue with what you started and you will learn the lesson. Hope you all loved watching this. I will continue with my journey of posting videos on YouTube, and I will make sure everything goes well in my next video. if in case it doesn't, it is.
I don't mind living there. It's looking very peaceful to me.